Fabrizio, great to have you on the show again. We'll start with Mesut Ozil. He's in Turkey ahead of that move to Fenerbahce. When do we expect him to sign that contract and officially be a Fenerbahce player?
So, well, thank you for having me. Always a big pleasure. And yes, finally, Mesut Ozil is going to Fenerbahce. Since yesterday, he was landed in Istanbul, and today he's going to have his medicals and sign his contract as new Fenerbahce player. So the deal is absolutely done and completed. And it's so important for Arsenal to sell players, as we know, as they did also with Saliba, with Kolasinac. Next one could be Papastatopoulos, and now it's time for Mesut Ozil. So he's joining Fenerbahce, and let's see also for MLS in his future, just because DC United were trying to sign him also in this window, but he wanted to be back in Turkey to play for Fenerbahce, but in future they will try again to back him in the MLS. So keep an eye on Mesut Ozil also for his future, but his present now is with Fenerbahce.
Yeah, we await further news on Mesut Ozil. We've been reporting on Transfer Talk here that Christian Eriksen is keen on a Tottenham return this January. Could well be a loan deal. What are you hearing? What do you expect it to happen?
For sure, Christian Eriksen wants to leave Inter. He will love to be back in the Premier League, and in particular with Tottenham. Obviously, he spent fantastic time with Tottenham, so he would love to be back in Spurs. But at the moment, it's not so easy just because of his wages. His salary is 7.5 million euro after taxes per season, so it's totally different by his salary 1 year ago when he was playing with Tottenham. So this is a problem. And also, Inter are asking to pay a fee for the loan if he's joining Tottenham and not the other clubs, just because they paid 20 million euro 1 year ago to sign Christian Eriksen, and this contract was expired in 6 months with Tottenham. So they want a fee from Tottenham if they will go for Christian Eriksen. I'm sure that they will try in the coming days, but at the moment the situation is not so easy, and also other clubs from the Premier League are talking with people around the player. So we will see in the coming days, but for sure Christian Eriksen will be one of the targets for the coming days in the transfer market.
Not long left in this window. Is Tottenham the only option for Christian Eriksen, Fabrizio? There was some talk about a possible reunion with Mauricio Pochettino and a move to PSG. Is that likely?
I think no. I think no with Paris Saint-Germain, just because Pochettino prefers to have Dele Alli, and we're going to talk about it, over Christian Eriksen. So at the moment, Christian Eriksen is not a target for Paris Saint-Germain. Also, Ajax, we had rumours about Ajax, a possible return of Christian Eriksen in Eredivisie, but at the moment there is nothing with Ajax, also because they signed Haller, so they don't want to sign another player in attacking midfield. So at the moment there is nothing with Ajax and with Paris Saint-Germain. There is something, as we said, with Tottenham and with other Premier League clubs. So I will keep an eye also on other clubs who are looking for a quality midfielder. We will see who will make a bid to Inter, just because Inter are ready to sell the player, also on loan, on simple loan for 6 months till the end of the season. He's never playing with Antonio Conte. He's not happy with Eriksen, and the player wants to be back in the Premier League. So I think in the coming days something will happen on this year.
Well, another midfielder is Dele Alli, who could be heading out of Tottenham, but they want him to stay and fight for his place. But we're told that PSG are still interested. Is that your information as well?
Yes, they're pushing. Paris Saint-Germain are pushing. They want Dele Alli on loan till the end of the season with no buy option. It will be a simple loan till the end of the season. And Dele Alli is pushing also just because he wants to leave Tottenham. He respects the club. He respects the manager, the owner, everyone in the club. But he just wants to play. And he's not finding his space at Tottenham in this moment. He was not in the squad in the last match against Sheffield. So it's normal that he wants to leave. He wants to play. And Pochettino would love to hit him back. And Paris Saint-Germain in this case. So that's why they're pushing. And they hope in the coming days to change the situation with Daniel Levy, just because the owner of Tottenham at the moment doesn't want to let him go. But Dele Alli is pushing, and also Paris Saint-Germain are going to try again in the coming days to sign Dele Alli. So I think something can happen, and could be related also to what's going on with Christian Eriksen, for sure.
OK. What about Fikayo Tomori then? He's been attracting a lot of interest. Looks like a loan move to AC Milan. Very close now. A lot of Chelsea fans are a bit surprised with an option to buy in this deal. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, I think this deal will be completed like tomorrow. They are really, really close. It's just a matter of details. They will sort it out like today, and tomorrow the deal will be completed. The player is ready to fly to Milano. So it will be a loan with buy option, yes. They're surprised just because it's normal. We're talking about a good talent. He was not playing, but Frank Lampard loves him, as he said many times. So at the moment, AC Milan asking for a buy option, but remember that the buy option will be for 30 million euro. It will be really difficult to see AC Milan next summer to pay this fee. If Tomori will go well, obviously they will do it, but at the moment it's nothing sure. So we have considered this deal like a loan, and then AC Milan will decide next summer, and Chelsea are absolutely open to this solution. But the player wants to go, he wants to play, he needs his space, he's a young player, he's a talented player, and that's why Chelsea are ready to complete this deal with AC Milan tomorrow.
Fabrizio, Arkadiusz Milik has been attracting a lot of interest because of his contract situation. There has been interest from Premier League clubs. What's the latest on his move to Marseille and what that might mean for Marseille's further transfer business in this window?
It's really, really close. Also, this one, just because Napoli always asked for 15 million euro for Arkadiusz Milik, and as you mentioned, also Premier League clubs were interested last summer, like Everton and this kind of club, trying to sign Arkadiusz Milik. Also, an option with Tottenham before they signed Vinicius. So now it's a different situation because Marseille are the only club trying to sign Arkadiusz Milik, and if they don't sign him, he's going to sign as a free agent next summer. So that's why Napoli wants to get this money right now. At the moment, the offer from Marseille is around 8 million euro. More 3 million euro as add-ons to complete the deal, and they are discussing about the last details, but the player has accepted. He wants to go to Marseille. He wants to play, basically because he's out from the squad here in Napoli since 6 months, and he will be out till the end of the season, so that's why he wants to go. Marseille are ready to complete the deal. I think this week Arkadiusz Milik will move to Marseille and will leave Napoli.
Well, finally, Fabrizio, we always ask you on a Monday for a prediction. Is there a transfer we should keep an eye out for this week?
I think it will be interesting to see what's going on with Moises Caicedo, the young Ecuadorian midfielder, just because we know he was close to Manchester United. Then they decided to not make an official bid for Caicedo, and Brighton and Newcastle are in the race. Brighton are really close, but there is the issue of the work permit to resolve in the coming days. So we will see what's going on, because it's a dangerous situation with many clubs involved. And also we had rumors about Chelsea, but they are not working in this moment about Caicedo. But Brighton, Newcastle, and we will see if Manchester United will be back probably in the next months if he will not sign with any club right now. It will be an interesting situation with Brighton leading the race.
Fabrizio, always great to speak to you. See you next week.
Thank you as always.